I would like to shout out the wonderful, fantastic, beautiful, and amazing Levy for making this video possible. Thank you for the support, Levy. It really does help a lot, and it means these videos can keep coming. So thank you so much. Really do appreciate you, Levy, for supporting us on Patreon. At the time of recording, we just need 3 more patrons to hit our goal, guys. Please consider pledging. Link in the description. Even $1 goes a long way. But there are some cool slots available, including a $50 slot currently, where you can get a shout out like this. I can even shout out your YouTube channel, your business. As long as it's within YouTube's TOS, I'm happy to shout it out. So check it out. Link in the description. Shout out to our producer Alice, of course, as well. She makes everything possible with her amazing levels of numbness. Check out the links on screen right now for Alice. We love you. Anyway, here is Slay the Princess. It's a horror visual novel that's been in development for a while. It's had several demos, but now the full game is out. And we are super excited to bring this to you. Thanks to the PR company who provided early access for us. And we really hope you enjoy. Welcome to Slay the Princess, everyone. This is a horror visual novel that I have been very kindly sent an early access code for. By the time you watch this, I believe the game will be fully out, because I don't think I'm going to be able to beat it in time, because it's quite long, apparently. But we're going to jump in. It's going to have many different endings. We will try and get one, and see what happens on our adventure. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, well, it seems a pretty solid decision I have to make then. Oh, we have different options to make. Sweet, I've always wanted to offer Monarch Viva la Revolution.
That's the spirit.
Yeah! We're going to be very enthusiastic about murder in this playthrough, I've decided already.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Hell yeah.
Before you go any further, she will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Let's proceed to the cabin. Got some weird meta stuff going on in this game, I believe.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Well, that sounds like an ideal weapon to kill a princess with, right?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Hell yeah, I do. Let's take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Exactly. Let's enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Pretty hot voice, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've already changed my mind based on the voice now.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Yeah. Steel your nerves and step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Psychological warfare, that's all this is.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh
Oh,
begin to
shit!
give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Get wrecked.
Oh, this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still plastered on her face.
I'm not sure I'd call her look arrogant. She looks pretty, like, dead.
But is it over? Really over?
Of course it is. She's dead.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Alright. Game done. We did it.
You open the
Congratulations.
cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all.
Shit.
Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
Did you lie to us, Mr. Narrator?
What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be
No,
safe
it's not.
here. This is good.
It's not good.
Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
That's bullshit. Let me out of here.
What's done is done. And there's no going back now. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
Okay, just because you tell me I've never been happier doesn't mean I'm actually not happier.
Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Hell no. You don't have any idea how to get us the heck out of here?
I do, but you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful
I'm on board.
place
It's something to do, you know what I mean, at this point?
Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
You're right, it's an idea. I'm gonna stick around and do nothing. Anything to get out of this hell. That's what we're gonna go for.
Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You
It's a shithole!
ingrate. Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it.
You sound so done with us.
You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die.
Excellent.
The end. Nice knowing you.
Chapter 2 is the Spectre. Wow, that was a lot faster than I anticipated it being.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
We're getting a little bit of deja vu here. Shockingly. Don't you guys think so? Seems a little bit like we may have encountered this situation before.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Wait, hasn't this happened already?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again. Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. Oh, we listened to you plenty. We slew the princess just like you asked us to, and then you locked us away in an empty void for eternity. So we slew ourselves too. Well, if you killed yourself, then you weren't listening to me, because I would never want you to do that.
Who is the narrator?
Believe it or not, I care about you. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
I mean, they clearly didn't, because we're back here doing exactly the same thing that we were before. I had to go and get a blanket, everyone, because I was really cold.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We slew the princess, the world outside the cabin disappeared, we died, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
I'm not sure I care.
Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left? It doesn't matter, because we didn't fail to slay her. And if she's really back, which I doubt, it'll be just as easy to do it again. But after that nasty trick you pulled on us, maybe she's not the only one around here in need of slaying.
Who is the cold, by the way?
Just stay focused, will you?
Alright, proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. She
Don't care.
won't be a problem.
We already know this. We already know that she's gonna lie. I think we should chat with her this time.
The interior of the cabin is cold. A soft odour of dirt
Slightly different.
permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge. It feels like no one's been here for a long
It looks like that as well.
Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
Alright, well, let's have a look. This whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous second life proposition. You haven't died. You certainly haven't already slain the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
Let's get the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Let's wipe clean the mirror.
You reach forward, rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Our hand... Okay.
But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it. Clearly it's not even important enough to be acknowledged.
We have a dragon claw. That's the first time I've noticed that. Might as well take the blade.
You take the blade from...
Right, ascend to the basement. Let's go.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see.
Going down, I guess. This is
As you
different.
descend the final step,
Oh, shit!
the form of the princess comes into view, skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick
I told
chain.
you, she's already dead. We already did it. It's all done.
Okay. She's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head
It's a
appears
ghost.
from underneath the floor.
That's why it's called the Spectre.
Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here?
She's pretty hot for a ghost.
Ghost!
Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Killer. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you.
Okay.
Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
I mean, we could just kill her again. Fuck it.
At a moment's hesitation, you lash out with your blade. It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times you stab at her, no matter how many angles you strike from, all you manage to do is interrupt her form, the skin of your hand prickling with cold as it passes through, unable to find anything solid.
Oopsie.
You're adorable when you're confused. But I didn't say you could touch me. Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
I died too, and I'm not floating around like you. What happened? Why am I different? Why are you different?
You don't look dead, Killer.
The princess grabs your wrist, a sudden shock of cold flowing all the way up your arm, her eyes still fixed on yours as you try to squirm out of her grip.
And you don't feel dead either.
She lets go and pulls away. Your fingertips tingle painfully as the chill subsides.
I'm less interested in why you are, or how you are, and a lot more interested in what you are. I've tried to leave on my own. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here. I just wanted to go home. I'm so cold and alone here. But you can come and go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride. After all, you owe me.
Do I owe you?
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can possess us? She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her. Would she be able to see us if we went along with it? Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him. I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so badly. You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
I mean, I didn't like how things played out last time when I listened to you. If I let you in, do I still get to be in control?
Sure, why not?
That doesn't sound very reassuring. It could be the best way to trap her for good. Doesn't seem like it would be very easy to end the world from inside someone else's body. That is a very dangerous train of thought.
Fuck it. Sounds great. Do it.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
Thanks for the body, Killer.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
See you soon.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness
May have been a
flowing
bad
out
call.
from your heart all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul.
I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over?
Probably gonna have to get a do-over, I'm gonna guess.
Too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body. You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Get up. You've still got a job to do.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
Oh, this is weird.
So, it doesn't work like that for you?
Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor? Are they also supposed to be you?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass.
Yeah? Go on. Finish the thought. What are you?
I'm a voice? I'm me is what I am.
Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
Do you have to deal with this annoying bickering all the time?
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too.
I'm clearly the same thing you are.
Hopefully they'll all go away once we leave this place. I don't know how you can tolerate all of this noise.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him.
You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
This is utterly
So
surreal.
you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there, like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen. Obviously, she's nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round
I think a
foolish
very
decision.
interesting decision in the end.
Oh, shut up. Stop trying to manipulate everyone. Or don't, actually. It doesn't really matter. Because you won't be around to do this for much longer.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
Let's leave the basement.
Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form and clumsy with the cold that still pervades them, stumble towards the stairs.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's the end of the world.
But that's exactly what you leaving this place is going to be.
You don't know that.
I do.
Wait, if she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving won't end the world?
It doesn't mean that at all. It could mean that wherever her home is, it's outside of the world.
Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? And if it's somewhere, then it's part of the world.
I suppose it's all a matter of perspective. Where does the world end and something else begin? Does the destruction of one open a door to another? Or is it the same world reborn?
I have
Against
absolutely
the
no idea what's
backdrop
going
of
on.
the inane conjecture of meaningless little voices, your body continues its ascent up the stairs, staggering through the open door. For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place.
It's because he can't stop me. Why do you think he sent you here?
I hate to admit it, but she's not wrong. It's just the weight of it all. It's too much for me to do anything other than describe and dictate. And whine. This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess. If you want to renege on your cataclysmically terrible decision a minute ago, well, you're the only one that can make that happen.
We're gonna trudge forward.
You continue slowly to the door, your feet like lead dragging across the floorboards, growing heavier.
Are you making us grow weaker?
Finally. Finally.
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle. But you pause before you open it, exhaustion sapping what's left of your will. Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? It's over. There's no use stalling. Let's see what happens next.
Yeah, we need to see what's going on. Let's open the fucking door. Let's fucking go.
Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough, was it? The handle clicks as you twist it, and then the door groans open. You collapse to the ground, you and the princess, free from the confines of the cabin. As you exhale from the effort, you look up and see Yes?
Nothing. He's gone. And so is everything else.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So we did slay him after all. He had it coming, I suppose.
But what about us? Are we just stuck here in nowhere forever? Did taking her out of the cabin really end the world?
We're still here.
Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore? Are we in some world that exists after the world ends, or on top of the other world but not in it, or have we never been part of the world?
Alright. Let's see if I'm stuck with you forever.
Ah. You feel a lightness in your chest as a pair of sunken eyes emerge from your body and stare up at you.
Guess I'm not. All's well that ends well, right? You lived up to your end of the bargain, so I'll live up to mine. Thanks.
Don't mention it.
I think this is where I'm meant to be.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Just fine. No big deal. But you don't get the chance to respond. Something has taken her away and it's left something else in her stead.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Oh, there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror. Let's just approach the
I'm
mirror.
begging you, don't do this. It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
Ignore him. You
I mean, yeah, there's not much else. It's not like we have a huge variety of scenery out here in the hair. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
Yeah, you already said that.
Ignore him.
Yep. The voices feel small distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You're alone in the place that is empty. It is quiet here. Well, I guess it's just us. You're at the cabin. Oh, she's there. How's it going?
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Well, you got a lot of hands there. Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
The gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is vaporous. She is a dream for a life she could never have, but that longing has given her so much capacity for kindness. She will make for an understanding heart. Do not mourn her. She will finally be able to hold what she never knew.
Okay. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
Okay.
There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find? Okay. Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're
What?
here to
Okay. It's the same things. Let's go to the cabin.
You make your way up the short. A warning. She will. We're not going to go. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Just go in the cabin. So we need to get different perspectives.
The blade is.
Let's go in the basement. Blah blah blah.
The daughter. Her voice.
Who's...
She sounds. Don't let it.
Continue down the stairs.
You walk down the. She's focus on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare.
Yeah,
It's
fuck
fine.
it.
We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Alright, let's drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clap.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need
Is
it.
she gonna kill us this time?
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
How would I get you out of here? Well, actually, what's her name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Wow. I'm just trying to be nice.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so... dangerous?
No, if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I'm inclined to trust them.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Fuck it. She's probably gonna kill me, but that's it. Examine the chains.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'm gonna check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs
Oh,
slams
shit.
shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Hey, let me out of here.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. I'll repeat myself.
Fuck off.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Let's save her.
Against your better
Oh my
judgment,
god, this shot!
place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work.
Oh my god!
Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
Fuck off, narrator.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another
Oh,
life.
fuck. Well, we're gonna die this time.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Maybe? The prisoner is chapter
You're
2
on
this
a
time.
path in the woods, and at the end of that path,
We
you're
already know
here
this.
to
Okay. Oh, you bastard, you're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a
Oh, we got a
word
new
out of
voice.
his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
This is
As
a
far
very
as trying to
interesting
help
game.
her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Let's proceed to the cabin.
A warning. She
Yeah,
will
yeah,
not
yeah,
hear.
yeah.
Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Okay. But surely she won't be there, right? But we will be there.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I mean, we're going to approach the mirror first of all.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Same as
What are you
before.
talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be.
We've done this before. Let's wipe clean the mirror.
You reach forward,
And we just
rub
see
your
our weird hand
against-
again.
But there was a mirror, and now it's gone.
Same as
If he
before.
doesn't want us to know about it, you take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the. Good idea.
Next
Much better
time,
to be up.
next time we don't take the blade when we go down to chapter 1, because I'm sure it'll loop to chapter 1 again. We won't take the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the
Jesus
stairs
Christ.
and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so
This
obviously
is a different
useless.
princess?
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Alright, sit with her, fuck it.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's
Okay.
reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease. You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably.
I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
That's pathetic.
I never said I wasn't. I get it.
This is so weird.
It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
I won't.
Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter.
Yeah, sure. We'll see about that.
Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Yeah, can we talk to the princess, please?
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
What would you have me do?
Let me borrow that knife. Don't worry, you'll get it back.
That's ominous.
But she seems confident. Whatever it is she has planned,
Let's just give it
I
to her.
think she
Doesn't
knows
matter
what
if we
she's
die again.
doing.
Oh please, she's just putting on an act to disarm you. That much should be obvious. In case you need to hear a voice of reason, it would obviously be unwise to give away your only weapon.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
I don't
So,
really care.
What should we do?
Let's give her the fucking knife.
Just
Then let me help you.
We're gonna
There
skip
are
this bit
none.
again.
pros.
Fucking hell, just let me give her the knife. That's a lot of dialogue. Okay, I'm trusting you.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place.
You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you?
Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world. Right? Oh,
Exactly. If I were you...
Okay,
I'd
so they're
beat you
bullying
to
the narrator.
Repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you?
A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly
Oh no.
as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck.
This was a great idea. We're gonna watch. It's way more fun this way.
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, her smile unwavering as she soars through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Huh. So that's her play.
Killing herself?
She isn't dead yet.
Finally,
Oh, lovely.
her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and
Oh,
her
that
neck
shot is horrible.
opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back, please?
Who cares? We didn't do
Put it back.
anything.
The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
Are you sure she's not winking at us?
Obviously not. She is thoroughly deceased.
She definitely looks dead.
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
But it's gonna
We
be the
should
same shit
take her
reward as
with
before.
us, don't you think?
What? No, you shouldn't do that. Why would you do that?
I can think of lots of reasons. A trophy, proof of our victory. Hell, we could even give her a proper burial. She did save the world, right?
I mean, technically she did.
You don't need proof. You don't need a trophy, and she doesn't deserve a burial. Just leave.
Even after all that, you're still not satisfied, are you? Something is still motivating you to keep things the way you want them.
I'm just eager to put this all behind us and give you your reward. Stop reading into things. The danger has passed. You can relax.
I'm just keeping myself sharp. I'm not so eager to put my guard
I
down.
agree with the
I am.
skeptic.
I'm on team, let's put this all behind us.
Shut up,
So
hero.
can we
You're an idiot.
leave already?
Take the princess with us.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
It's fine if she
She
did.
didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
We know it's nothing. It's fucking nothing, though, right?
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only
Oh.
a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find.
What? This is different.
Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Yeah, you wanted us to have the boring reward.
Well played.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it.
Oh, he's fading away.
Over? Is he gone?
But we're still here.
Oh, we're getting all
Maybe
the
it
hair.
wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
Are we like a werewolf? We're very furry. And here are the arms. But you do not get a chance to respawn, though whenever it's time to leave. Memories return.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
We did this before. It's gonna be fine, just trust me.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth.
It's not the end, what's on the side is gonna be nice.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you.
Feels too good to be true.
Shut the fuck up, skeptic. You approach the mirror. Do we get more of our reflection this time, or the same as before? You've grown. Ah, interesting. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Alright, you're at the cabin. Let's talk to her again.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Yep, let's do it again. I am ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will
Alright.
meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. Bring the prisoner's head to her. The hero and the princess again.
You're on a path. You're here.
This is the same stuff as before.
You make your way up. A warning. She will. We're not gonna go. Ignore him. You don't.
Da-da-da.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade.
Let's just enter the basement this time. Not going to take the knife with us.
The door to
Hello?
is hypnotizing.
This is a different
It's
voice.
the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you.
I'm here to save
How
you.
many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Okay, so this is going to be different again.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Okay.
She's beautiful. I am begging you to stop.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been
She's probably going to kill me this time or
waiting
something.
for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
I'll see what I can do. Examine the chains.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked
We know this already. If you haven't got a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement.
Oh, we get locked in
with the
again.
door at the top of... Is someone else...
Um,
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Listen.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
Okay.
Look at the mess you...
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
her tone is so
There's a
different in
slight
this bit.
panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates.
Oh my god!
Her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp.
Okay, we got through this
Her
before.
limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a snap.
Yeah. Okay.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically
Okay,
to
so
the
she
ground.
likes us this time,
How
though.
is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stake
Oh,
is the
she's doing the
princess
same
approaches
shit
the bottom.
before.
Wait, this isn't watch me.
So is this going to happen
What?
every time?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall.
Oh, this is
before
different.
The blade has a chance to connect. Stop it! Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
We're not going to slay the
The
princess.
blade! Move. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriating...
Same thing.
Sorry.
Oh, for fuck's sake, don't fucking
plunges
kill me
into your
again!
chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her
This is
sake.
weirdly different.
For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound. It won't be long before you bleed out.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Hey! Chapter 2, The Damsel. This is different. Again, excellent though.
You're on a path in the woods. You're
Yeah.
here to slay her.
Alright. We won't let him in on it this time.
Before she...
Forget, but he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He is trying to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love.
Last time? What are you talking about?
I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore him. I do, but I also speak from
Okay, so we have a
the
new
heart.
voice again.
My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Proceed to the cabin. Very interesting little time loop story here. I don't know how quickly I'm getting through this compared to like most
Interior
people,
of the
but
cabin
we'll see.
is clean and elegant. Its
can't
stone
imagine there being
walls
6 hours of
draped
this,
in
but-
fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its head. The blade is your implement.
Let's approach the mirror,
You walk up to the
and it's nothing there. Wipe the mirror clean,
reach
and it's
forward.
just going to be the same as
Now
before.
it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out
let's
of
take
place.
the blade.
Never, I suppose.
Hopefully it doesn't put her on it.
Let's
There's
just
no
go
use
downstairs.
arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job.
I guess we might have to redo all these second chapters, but without taking the blade. Didn't think about that
The
either.
door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time.
She's gonna kill us.
I think we're in love. Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think? We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs.
Oh
and
wow.
lock eyes
Look
with
at her
the
dress
princess.
changes too.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul
She has a window
imprisonment.
too.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you. My dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. You've been here before.
Yeah, she stabbed us to death.
That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
Horrible for you, maybe. But we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady.
I think this is the same guy voicing all the different voices, by the way.
Hold on.
The
If
for the
she
guys.
actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
We never saw a world end. And now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
I'm sorry what happened to that last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It's extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
That's because she's perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Rescue.
Rescue her? What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those chains.
Good luck with that. Don't you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her out with ease.
No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. If her hand could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already?
Because we've yet to present her with her freedom.
I'm not sure I follow.
Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do?
I think I'd rather believe in facts.
Ah, so you're one of those empiricists.
One of us has to be.
Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we courageously step forward and free our beloved from her bindings.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? Yes.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain
I love this bit. I love
and
this bit.
ignorance, and if
We're
you
probably going to
try
die horribly, but I don't
anything
care.
that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
You wouldn't.
I would. I'd listen to him if I were you.
He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked.
We're definitely a dragon.
I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh, are you sure you want to do this? Just one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade is buried in her back, and everyone out there is saved. Is that a threat?
You know what we'll do if you try it.
You're going to regret this.
What do we do now?
We leave, and then we have our whole lives to figure out what to do
That
next.
sounds perfect.
As the princess takes your hand in hers, you let your blade tumble uselessly to the floor, and with it tumbles the last hope for the entire world.
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it.
Oh my god, stop arguing, you fucking idiots.
You and the princess walk up the stairs. Look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens afterwards?
This is really great.
Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match.
Exactly, voice of the smitten. The power of love.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you will ever know.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusion.
I'm going along with this
I'm just
delusional
along
voice.
for the ride at this point.
I think we can open it if we try together.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech. And lock clicks, and the door
Yeah, get fucked.
open. Are
Get
you
fucked.
kidding me?
Destiny.
I told you our love was insurmountable.
You and the princess make your way upstairs. Her freedom and the world's ruin are just a few moments away. If you don't mind, I'm going to fix myself a drink before you ruin everything. If I'm about to see the end of the world, I'd rather not see it sober.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then
Yeah, your love will set you free.
Our happy ending at
And she's gonna get grabbed by the hands, and we'll go back to normal.
What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a
We have
cloak
feathers?
worthy of
Hang on, wait a second. Don't worry, this is normal. It's just how things go. You don't get the chance to make the jacket, nor will you ever will. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
Is that a...
Approach the mirror. What are we going to see? You approach the mirror.
Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
The voices feel small distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The decay. You're withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You're at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
It doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other.
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
No, not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near you.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. Bring the damsel to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and you're...
Okay. Can we just leave here? Turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange.
Oh,
It
what
looks
the
like
fuck?
This path also leads to the cabin.
What a dickhead you are, narrator. I fucking hate you.
Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world...
Turn around again and leave again.
Really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Quietly continue down the
Your
path.
silence is deafening. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
And we're gonna be at the cabin again.
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin. I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Fine, let's
There's
go in.
always a choice. We can't just go through with this.
Let's go.
The interior of the blade.
We'll take the blade, because he throws it down the stairs, whatever.
The door to her voice.
Who's there?
She said, don't let it...
Just checking in on you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
She's so... Focus on the...
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop...
She makes a compelling point. Don't
We're
you
not going to
dare.
drop the knife
It's
this
fine.
time.
You ignore the trembling in your hands.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward. Your grip on the blade.
Yeah.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for
Yeah,
a reason.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
you should just drop it.
She's unarmed. If you...
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Fine then, I guess we're at an impasse.
I guess we are.
For the love of everything, just say don't drop the blade. Do something.
Stare at the princess while holding the blade.
Stare at the princess, squinting fiercely. She squints back. The two of you are going to do this forever, aren't you? You'll have to blink eventually. Just make a choice.
I'll drop the blade for now.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just...
Against your better. We'll
Okay.
be fine. We don't know what you're hoping to accomplish.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Relationship, are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
She's not wrong. Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
I know what I've been told, but whether or not I believe it is an entirely different matter.
So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
Okay. How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't.
I'm guessing, well, we can always put that in.
Her sharp eyes. She isn't suggesting what I... She is.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
I'm gonna keep you locked away down here at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
She's so lovely.
You have to make a choice.
I made my choice. I'm locking her in the basement.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she?
We're gonna just leave because I want to see what happens.
The job.
No, we're sticking to the plan, locking her down here.
Death of all of us, but fine. Have it your way.
Okay, so this is different.
You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off.
Oh,
Your
no.
eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
This is really cool. I love the different outcomes.
You apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Let's ignore her and go to sleep.
Just ignore her. Maybe the banging and wailing will stop if you just don't pay attention to it. You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts.
But you
of the
fucking lie all the
situation
time!
Change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
This is kind of oddly hot.
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gill.
The eyes here, not so hot.
What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end.
I mean, we've had quite a lot of tries, actually.
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark,
And you die.
and you die.
Again. Chapter 2 is the nightmare. Another one,
You're
another
on a
new one.
path You're here.
Alright, let's proceed to the cabin.
A warning. She will lie. I don't
Right.
think lying and... It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
So we have Voice of the Paranoid this time.
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Hold on. What happened to the door? It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
Let's approach the mirror. Yada yada.
What are you talking?
Wipe the mirror clean.
Reach. Did he make it go away? Clearly there
take
was
the
something.
blade.
You reach down and pick the blade. Good. Steve. Is it gonna be enough though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife? Could we have a bomb?
Oh, look at the figures in the window on the left and the right.
The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself. Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death.
Into the basement.
You cross over the
Oh,
threshold
holy shit.
and onto a series of isolated steps.
Look at the eyes.
Suspended in darkness. More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
Oh, the descriptions are lovely.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Come back? She must have you confused with something.
Oh yeah, of course she must.
You really don't remember, do you? It doesn't matter, we need a game plan. We know we can't just go down there unprepared.
I'm going to talk to her.
Didn't you hear my warning a minute ago? She can't be trusted. Talking won't do you any good. Something tells me she isn't going to be very keen on talking anyway. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs.
We just need to get
As
her
you
out, right?
emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks, suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones, visible against the inky black of the basement, mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide.
This is
We're
very different to the other
completely
ones.
Exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable.
The hero's been
You're the one who's
genuinely
just
pretty reasonable, a bit
matter-of-factly
whiny.
Describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die.
We've died fucking shitloads!
Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter. Because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Go right.
You turn to the right. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are.
Oh, hi!
I
You look very
told you I was
different.
going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
And you brought your little knife with you again. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
As your blood begins to coagulate. It's
Oh,
as if
we're dead
every
straight away
part
this
of your
time.
being is coming to a lurching halt. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back.
Hi.
open. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches.
You're not being very helpful, narrator.
Whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver.
Voice of the Paranoid's gonna say this.
Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, Standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead, even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. Your weapon is still in your hands. Strike at her and end this before it's too late.
If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down
I am
situation?
what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
Okay, let's get out of here.
What? No!
I knew you'd come around. Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving. And do you think you could just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is. Doesn't the world end if we fail to stop her? Won't letting us die here just make it end faster? Shit.
Okay, we've got to get out of here, because I want to get her out.
With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment and oblivion.
I mean, this is my favourite form with the princess.
Go ahead. I'll be right
She's pretty hot.
behind you.
Trust having our back to her. You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the feedback. Just focus on keeping us alive. Besides, I get the feeling she's telling the truth. She needs us alive.
Let's go.
You place a shaky foot on the first step and begin your ascent from the basement. You can feel the static prickling of the princess on your neck, your limbs buzzing with pins and needles. An uncomfortable and constant reminder that you exist, and that your existence is so very precarious.
You're almost there.
We're almost
The only thing
there.
left between you and the cabin is the now shut door to the basement. It would be a real shame if it had locked behind you. Oh, you snake. There wasn't even a door when we first got here. The door was from last time. I told you we shouldn't trust him. I know he's messing with us, but you can't lose your cool. We need you right now. Remember?
They're working well as a team,
Yes,
these
I
two, this
remember.
time.
Of course I remember. Thank you. And you? You'd really rather us die down here than let her out? Of course I would. As much as I want you to have a happy ending, the fate of the world is a little more important, and you still have a weapon. You can still make this right.
Try the door.
Oh, look at that. It's locked.
I think the door's locked.
It'll open. You just have to give it a tug.
There we go.
Against the door. The lock gently clicks open in response to your effort, and the door creaks on its hinges. This isn't right. That's not even the way it's supposed to swing. It's supposed to swing out. You're not nearly as powerful as you'd have us think, are you? Anyways, like he said, you're not really in control here, are you? I never said I was. If I was in control here, why would I need you to slay her? I don't know. Secret reasons?
The door is open. What are you dawdling for? It's time for us to go. The world is waiting.
The princess moves past you into the cabin. This is it. This is your final moment to make things right. Kill! I thought you wanted us to slay her. It's the same thing. Do it
We're gonna have the pedantics of the word slay and kill.
Okay, what do we do? I said, what do we do? Oh, do you want to hear from me now? Yes. Well, I thought you needed me to run the autonomic nervous system. We do, but this is important. Look, I'll even do it myself. Just tell us who to trust. Brain? Heart. Right, heart. Lungs. Liver.
Oh my god. Oh my god, guys, stop being such fucking pussies.
You're terrible at this. I know. I'm doing my best. Yes, it's very hard to stay focused on running things when other people are talking to you, isn't it?
What are you doing?
Heart. Finally, I can talk. Now, what were you asking me? Running everything kind of feels like popping in and out of consciousness. It's easy to lose track.
We just want to get outside.
We're asking you for your blessing. Oh, that's right, yeah. Fuck this guy. Don't trust him, really. So you'd have... Oh, of course not. Can't trust anybody. I suppose if I had to make a choice. Thank you for your gracious, but that's a marginal preference. I'll have to deal with him.
Okay. This is getting a bit ridiculous.
I'm done.
Fine.
Alright.
That was hard.
You've been standing there staring blankly for a while now, and I have to say my patience is running a little thin. So don't make a lady wait any longer, okay?
Okay.
Open the door.
Leave the cabin.
The doorknob twists in your hand, revealing the forested path beyond the cabin. You bastard. You've actually done it. You've actually
Whatever.
So beautiful. I can't wait to ruin it. But it's so cold, too.
Yeah, you're gonna get grabbed by the arms.
Itching against my skin.
Princess Exhausted slumps to
Why
the
is
ground.
it so cold?
Because you're gonna get grabbed. So we got all these variants out of here now, which is excellent. Okay, memory returns. In the mirror, what's gonna happen this time? You approach the mirror.
It's calling her.
The voices feel small and distant. Let's gaze at our reflection. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. You're unraveled. Not particularly helpful, is it? You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Let's go to the cabin and talk to our wonderful multi-armed girlfriend. You're at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you
Okay.
know what we'll find out there?
There's trees and stars and there are people, I think. At least there are supposed to be people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Do you think anything's real out there? Do you think we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be
Okay.
enough. And then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular. A final multitude.
Alright. We may as well go in then. I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here.
Everything goes dark and you die. Alright, so what other scenario? What other scenario can happen here?
You make the interior of the cab, the blade.
I'm gonna try. We might just end up getting the same outcomes and stuff.
This.
I'm here to save you.
Come down.
You walk down the street. I am.
Hi, I hope you brought some.
Don't.
Thank you.
You're no. You walk. They're large.
I'm guessing.
Made down.
Alright, I'm gonna check upstairs.
Okay.
La-la-la-la-la. La-la-la-la-la-la.
I heard the door.
She's gonna bite her way out the chains. La-la-la. Save the princess. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
How?
Approach the locked door.
Wait. Watch me. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna
Swing
slay
the
her.
blade, but she's fast.
Oh shit!
To the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's free.
Okay, this
We
is
could have
different.
gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time? I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your
Oh,
throat,
shit.
then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like, as much as I'd prefer for things to have
We're
gone
dead.
Everything goes dark.
Alright, what is this chapter? Oh yeah, we got a new one! The Witch! That was the other outcome that we needed. Excellent.
You're on a path, you're here.
Yeah. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning. If she don't...
You can trust us that the opportunist is with us this time.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happens to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
Yep. Okay, well, first of all, we do the usual shit. We look at the mirror, and he's like, there's no mirror there. We bite the mirror
Reach
clean, and
forward,
just our arm
rub
comes
your
out,
hand against
and
the
we
cabin.
grab the blade,
So
and
well,
blah, 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 blah. We enter the basement. Let's go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice
Something nasty finds itself on
she's
those
a little creepy again this
stairs.
time.
Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
Yeah, sure.
Can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine. You're the boss.
Okay, let's see what happens here.
Thank you. You descend the basement steps.
Oh, she has a tail.
Entering the dark room below, you can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting like the two of you already know each other.
We do.
Oh, no.
Pretty well at this point.
You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. Do you remember us then? Do you remember last time? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. Let's
care.
chatter up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy.
That sounds great. Let's do that.
You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Don't worry, the blade isn't for you, or not for killing you. We've got to get you out of here somehow.
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little...
A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Look, I know, things got messy last time, but there's something bigger than both of us at work here. We should team up.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all, and unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement.
She's gonna betray me, right?
Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
I'll give her the blade.
You can't be serious. Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our... As do I.
She can just kill us.
You abstain.
She can kill us with her bare hands, right?
She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
This isn't a democracy. We're giving her the
We're going
blade.
to get everyone killed. You know that, right? But of course you do. You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
That's up to you. It's why I gave you the blade. I chose last time and I regret it, so now it's time. You're beautiful. I want to actually save you, and this feels like the only way to do it.
She pulls back, clearly caught off guard by whatever nonsense you just said to her. I thought it was nice. Whether it's nice depends on if we meant it. We didn't mean it. Did we? If you were lying, we'd all know. But unfortunately, you weren't lying.
What? What do you mean by that? What kind of game are you playing?
The look of surprise that momentarily softened her features vanishes as she steels her nerves. And then she buries the blade in your heart.
Oh,
What?
for fuck's sake.
No, I told you! Eye gleam dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
Great. Wonderful. Fantastic.
I did it. I got you. You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly.
Oh my god. We gotta do this bit again.
Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond.
God damn
Everything
it.
goes dark, and you...
Oh. Chapter 3 is the Thorn.
Got
This
on a
is new.
path. I can't believe she actually stabbed her. I told you not to give her the blade. I told you it would come around to bite us. I voted...
This is so weird! I
Yeah,
thought it would loop
no.
again.
You already got your I told you so's in while we were bleeding out. I just wanted to make sure that everyone here knows that I was and am on the right side of that argument.
Oh, you're far from being on the right side of anything. You're fixated on the past, whereas what you should be is fixated on...
Oh, we got both.
A visionary. I like it. Tell me more.
Gladly, my dear fellow. By cruelly turning on the princess in her moment of vulnerability, we made ourselves an enemy. But by mastering our fear and insecurity and handing over our power, we've begun a journey to something so much deeper. I like journeys. Well, if we're lucky, she
Okay.
hates us, does she? She hesitated before stabbing us to death. There might just be a
Yeah, we said she
kernel
was
of
cute or whatever, so
affection
maybe
in
that means she'll like us.
Angry heart.
As ridiculous as this guy is, maybe he has a point. I don't know if I necessarily buy into his whole love journey thing, but maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change, so maybe she'll realise that things don't have to end in violence. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try.
Give what another try exactly? It makes no difference if we conspire in the shadows or bear our intentions with open hearts. We are breaking your cruel cycle and whisking her away to freedom.
Okay, we got this time.
Are you now? Great.
Yes.
So you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at...
It's the first time I made a proper save. Should probably make sure I do that more.
Twice, actually. Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
Alright. Let's go.
It isn't long before you find...
I don't know what you're talking about. Ignore it.
Let's just get in the cabin and get this done.
The
Oh,
interior
wow.
of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned-out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old. The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table, a pristine... Wait, this isn't right. This is supposed to
we
be
gave
a
it to her?
pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
We gave it to her last time.
She can't still have it, can she?
Well, it's not here. And if she has it, let me guess, you want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do.
I wouldn't
Agreed.
be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work.
If she does have it, that's all the more reason to put our faith in her. We've already shown her our heart. Now she has to show us hers. Unless her heart tells her to stab us, which doesn't seem unlikely, so yes, I agree. Let's make sure we get on her good side.
Alright, approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement.
You know what you have to do. It went away when we touched...
Wipe the mirror
Reach forward
clean.
and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. What are you doing?
Why can't he see the mirror?
Features remain unseen. We'll just have to trust that she'll find us beautiful as we are. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it?
Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us.
Let's go, go, go! Enter the basement. I guess there's like a basement
Step
door
through
in
the
the
frame
floor.
of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air
I wonder if
still
she'll feel
feels
bad.
warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved.
These thorns are an expression of her pain. I know it. She's calling out for help.
Her voice, worn down by pain.
I can't get away from you, can I? You betray me, I kill you, and you come back. You let me kill you, and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
I want to free you, I mean it.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here, and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
Alright.
Continue
Negotiation
down the
time.
basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles. The space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess. Her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
I'm not here to laugh, I'm here to free you if you let me.
I want to trust you.
Her grip tightens on the blade.
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself?
You're in prison of your own making. I broke our cycle of violence. If you still want to wallow in it... Okay, These are all turn and leave. You're not the only one who yearns for freedom. I'm trapped as you are. I think we need to leave together.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you.
Can I take the blade now?
Her eyes briefly meet yours, then dart back to the floor. She hangs her head in resignation.
Okay.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms.
She trusts us. She trusts us. Doesn't that set your heart aflutter?
Yeah,
This is so weird.
a little.
But I love it.
It could just be nerves. Being this close to her does bring back unpleasant memories, but I don't know, it doesn't feel bad. It feels good. Like we're special to her.
We are special to have gained an ounce of trust from a maiden so guarded. Now all that remains is to free her from her bindings.
Yeah, let's do it. Or, hear me out.
Oh my god. We don't slay
Sounds
her.
like a splendid idea.
We don't
see
slay
the
her.
line.
It's two against two. You don't. And why shouldn't he count? Because
Can you stop? Guys! Guys! Stop arguing!
Did you mean it? Or was I a fool?
I wanna listen to
hand
her,
my
not
life
them.
to you?
Alright. Cut her free.
Yes. What a good idea. Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her. You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess.
Everyone deserves a chance at redemption. Let him join us and be merry. We are all united by our passion.
That's right. What he said. We've already given him a chance at redemption. And who says I don't deserve another? I really mean it this time. I'm big enough to admit when I'm wrong. So I want to help you all free her.
And I have no problem with that. Welcome to the team. You're one of us now. One of the good guys.
You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. But you're not going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade.
Such a pathetic attempt at distraction and subterfuge. Our blade is a dashing sword, and every dashing sword is an extension of its hero. It won't slip.
You're right.
Does
He
she
can't
count
even
as the
make it
damsel
slip,
though
can
this
he?
time is the
He's a
problem?
bit of a nobody. Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning. The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
Oh my god.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
She's different to
You
the damsel,
see the
I
way
think.
she's looking at us. Kiss.
Kiss her.
Can we actually do that? No, you can't. Absolutely not.
You know as well as I do.
Ah, that's
we wouldn't
great!
want to throw away a chance for a special moment now, would we? If I were only capable of throwing myself off a bridge.
Well, are you going to describe our steamy, romantic kiss?
You lean in and you kiss her. And she reciprocates enthusiastically. You kiss. Are you happy now?
It's like we're
Now
making
this
him
is the
write
big
fan
moment.
fiction.
You can do better than that. Ugh, fine.
You and the princess lock eyes and stare deep into each other's souls with all the roaring emotion that comes from letting what once was hatred turn into pure, unbridled passion. Are you making fun of us? And then each of you close your eyes and kiss. Words can describe neither the nuclear fire nor the oceanic depth of your
Oh my
connection.
fucking god.
Please. I think he actually likes romance. If history itself were not about to end, historians would document this moment for the rest of time. Musicians would write era-defining
This is
ballads,
so
and great
awkward.
artists would expend entire lifetimes trying to merely capture the spark you hold right now.
Beautiful.
It doesn't matter either way because this is good stuff.
I'm aware of my skill. He's making fun of us. But unfortunately for you, the moment doesn't last
We got the
forever.
trophy for kissing her.
Open your eyes, the princess smiles gently up at you. Time for you to damn the whole world to oblivion, I suppose.
That was nice.
Her hand slips into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement.
Yeah, I don't know if she
stairs.
counts as a damsel this time or not.
Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out.
Please, after all the trials we've been through, do you really think a few measly thorns can stop us?
Yeah, I feel like this
There's
is the
an
same
even
route as the
more
damsel.
Powerful weapon than our blade.
We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Step into the thorns? Yeah!
The thorns covering the basement
Let's
stairs,
fucking go.
You and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this?
Your nightmare is our dream. Whatever world would condemn star-crossed lovers like us to a cycle of violence and despair isn't a world worth saving.
Well said, voice
We'll
of the
weave
Smith.
something new together.
You and the princess hesitate at the cabin. We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Step into freedom.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day. Irredeemable murderers.
What do we do now?
You get grabbed by the
Where's
hands,
everything going?
is what happens, I'm
Why
afraid.
is it so cold?
Excellent. We did it. And now we get the mirror. Approach the mirror. Let's see what we got in the mirror this time.
Yes.
You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and you see it. A figure faint and veiled in shadow just beyond the reflection.
I
Are
think
you me?
you know what I am.
Oh shit! A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image and glass in two. And then another crack forms and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. They're all facets of our personality. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
I gotta get a kiss. I don't give a fuck. What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
I wasn't supposed to see... What is the princess? Did you make her too?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can, so I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Okay. Well, I kind of just want to stay with the princess, really. Fuck the world. Of all the things, why is she a princess? Why couldn't she be an ant or a slice of bread?
Are you asking me to spend my final moments psychoanalyzing you? She wound up a princess because you wanted her to be a princess. As to what? Maybe she needed to be beautiful, important, above you, but on a level you could still approach. A herald of things to come. I don't know. Gods are supposed to be beyond comprehension. I really shouldn't try and anthropomorphize you like this.
Alright. What would it be like to live in a world without her?
Light. Burdenless. An eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear. No more howling chaos. Just life. Forever. There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for my...
Do you have anything to say for yourself for all this
I
hubris?
do. The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
If I destroy her, won't I be alone?
Yes, you will. But it will all be worth it.
I'm not sure it will. Others like you've said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shut both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Every time I ask you something, if she's capable of becoming whatever people believe her to be, I can't just will her into something small.
As you are now, you won't be able to will her into anything. You don't work the way a living being does. Not anymore. And as you were before, you couldn't be trusted with the knowledge of what she is. No one could be trusted with that knowledge. Intrusive thoughts have a way of creeping in and ruining everything. It's why I had to die.
I have so many questions
Then
for you.
ask them, and make it quick.
Well, I wasted that one. I think you're out of time.
So I am. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
Alright. You're the long quiet. A vast, nascent god. It is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I missed you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response, and then patiently waits for you to continue. Do you know about the Echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I'm in the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the Echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Well... I think it's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how to leave or where to go.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final piece lies with you.
Free yourself. You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation. You feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here except for her is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
Take her hand. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. You are free, and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality, something that simply is. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contain 1,000 more. You exist and you're aware just as you have always been, and just as you always will be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. And that is the ending. One of the endings, anyway. Very good. Let's load up and do the other ending, because I did save just beforehand. It says, finish the game. The good ending doesn't count, it says in brackets. It counts as far as I'm concerned. This is good shit. Alright, load. Oh, first of all, actually, let's save in here. Then we go to load, and we load up this. Alright, we'll slay the princess.
Violence has always been our language, hasn't it? If this is what it takes to save you, then so be it. A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
If I'd known what you really were, I wouldn't have been so quick to free you.
And yet you did. First by giving me your life, and then by refusing to take mine. You don't need to turn back to the way things were before.
Fear is what pretends to protect us from loss. To fear death protects from losing a body. To fear ruin protects from losing status. To fear rejection protects from being known.
There's us on the
But
stairs.
losing a body is contained within having a body. Losing status is contained within having status. Being known is contained within being conscious. It is in the nature of all things to transform, to go from known to hidden to known again. But when the ceaseless impermanence of all things strips away the finality of endings, what remains of fear? Is it a shelter protecting you from itself? Or is it a shelter protecting itself from you? You took fear by the hand and walked with it into the unknown, and through that, you feared nothing.
There wasn't a rejection of fear. You broke me to your will.
Were you afraid when you stepped through that door? Or were you enticed by what might come next? By what might lie beyond fear? By what you might become? You say I broke you, but was that curiosity not freedom of its own? Your lover drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me, and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
I was blinded by emotion, we both know that.
We were both taken by the moment. It was how things are meant to be. To question everything is to deny proof of the reality that lies in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you did not live alone. You found me, and we held trust in each other for no reason than to believe in something that wasn't us. Cold skepticism turned to liberation, but it required a journey to blossom. Though you have blossomed, do you have no more journeys left to make? What of those in the spaces beyond? Would you erase the path ahead to hold everyone still?
This is a far more involved ending. The path is just a metaphor. I want to protect them.
And that is what I want too. To protect them from the horrors of an eternity without me. A shiver passes through you as unseen fingers, cold as the grave, dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they do not return it.
I'm guessing this would be different depending on what forms we brought back, because there's multiple forms we never saw.
I offer you a path to your redemption, and you take my hand in yours. You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was you to set me free. Without sin, there is no redemption.
But without redemption, there can be no sin.
And without contrast, there can be nothing at all.
As a clash between you and Bates, the princess relaxes, smiling from a distance. The respite is welcome.
Are you still committed to my destruction, or has your resolve started to waver? Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. You cannot remove something without removing the relations which define it. To destroy what you perceive as evil is to damn everything you perceive as good. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
I can't let that happen. I can't let everything die. Slay the princess.
Then try to destroy me if you can. But I will not yield easily to your delusion.
You don't have to face it.
You have no idea how good it is to
It's
hear
good
you.
to be here. You'll never be able to strike a decisive blow from out here. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to...
Take the blade.
That's probably for the best.
Enter the basement.
The stairs. Do you remember?
We both know why you're here.
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us.
Continue
And
down the
we
stairs.
go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. That sight brings me back. You're going to do it then, aren't you? You're really going to kill me. You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
So this is it then.
We're just gonna slay her.
Let's see this through.
So, that's how it is. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out. Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
You blink and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small melancholic weight that sits at the borders of your heart. Whatever action brought you and the princess into being was rough and jagged and left each of you with a piece of the other. By destroying her once and for all, you also destroyed a part of yourself, but the world hasn't ended. Things continue on.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
Leave the cabin. You leave the basement behind. Then the stairs. And then you leave the cabin
It's
itself.
quiet here.
The path and the woods outside are an empty canvas, but there's even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labor, a world free from death. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in the limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. You feel the blast of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness. All at once, the unyielding tension gives way. And then the shattering, you are free, and before you lies an endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality, one forged by your will and by your arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hand countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him? The whispering, the coercion.
The bickering, everything horrible about being alive has stopped. I could get used to this.
That wasn't very hard at all.
Speak for yourself.
I hope this was all worth it, because I'm personally Krinx.
Lucky for us, you have forever to get over.
Well then, I guess the only thing left to do is figure out what happens next.
A new and unending dawn. Slay the princess. There may be other endings, I don't know, but I will say this was excellent. I really, really enjoyed this a great deal, and I thought this was just fantastic. One of the best visual novels I may have ever played. It's very well done, it's very interactive. There's countless things we didn't see on this playthrough, I'm sure, but I loved it. I'm going to give it a 8.5 out of 10. Just great. Everything sort of made sense and tied up. Striking visual style too, excellent voice acting, just spot on. 8.5 out of 10 for Slay the Princess. It's definitely a must-play, in my opinion. You guys should check it out. Thank you once again to the PR company who provided the copy of this game for me for free. And, yeah, that was Slay the Princess. If you guys enjoy our content here, consider pledging to our Patreon. At the time of recording this, there are only 3 subs needed to hit our goals for the month. If you enjoy what we do here, enjoy these full-length horror playthroughs, then consider pledging. Even $1 will go towards that goal. And there's a lot of content there that you can access exclusively, even at the lowest tiers. So go check it out. Thanks for being amazing, and I'll see you guys soon for more spooky dooky stuff. Oh, that's so cool. She's so cool. I really like the character. Anyway, that's it. Bye.